We're at the start for the next round of the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup, one of the most competitive events. Huge entry, and we're now down to the quarterfinals to see who are going to be in the final four. We've got Sir William Perkins School on the left of our screens, who are against Tideway Scullers School on the right of our screens in this junior quad sculls event.
I love the quads. Every single year I love the quads, and I love them because they are so competitive, Kath. Every year 50, 60, 70 boats entering the junior men's, junior women quads, and these two crews in particular, fascinating backgrounds to both of them. You know, they're neck and neck as we're coming out the end of the island, and to be honest, after the performances that Sir William Perkins had at Henley Women's Regatta, it's no surprise to see them up against the likes of Tideway Scullers, who have been so successful throughout this season. Scullers, though, showing their class at the moment, etching out ahead, you know, probably a canvas, maybe a third of a length at the moment. And of course, we didn't see Tideway Scullers race at Henley Women's Regatta. That's the key thing, and that's the big question mark about this. You know, we've seen their strength, but they opted not to take part in Henley Women's for a number of different reasons. But here they are, and they're just showing their strength, showing their power and their prowess at the moment against Perkins, who have had a terrific season all season long.
Yeah, I think we've got 8 very impressive athletes on the course at the moment who have experience, who have skill, who are also academically impressive in their own right as well. But here we see behind shots of the Tideway Scullers School, Amalka Delavanti, who is stroking with Isabella Habdank-Tochisko at 3, Jess Kerberu at 2, Kate Coelen at bow, and they are looking supreme. Very technical, and you know, everything is being efficiently used there, but under pressure still. So William Perkins are racing, looking across and saying it's not over yet. So let's go live to this race that, my goodness, Sir William Perkins School are throwing everything at Scullers. They're looking across again. Annabelle Thornton at 2, who's steering. Maddie McGregor at 3. I saw both of them have a look. And bowerwoman Dania Al-Kaif. They're looking across. They are absolutely in contact. And this is a moment where it's often about what's happening in the heads and not just what's happening with the technique, right?
Oh, you're spot on. And I think the experience that Sir William Perkins will have gained from Henley Women's just a couple of weeks ago will be vital for them. They fell in the semi-finals to Wycliffe, who went on to win the whole event, you know, one of the top programs in the country. But here they are up against another one of those, you know, top-tier programs, Tideway Scullers Schools. And Sir William Perkins in recent years, they're rising up, they're joining the upper echelons of junior women's sculling and sweep for that matter as well. So they're still in contact with Tideway Scullers, who, you know, arguably one of the favourites for the event coming into this. So for Perkins at the moment, it'll still give them some confidence. But, you know, we're coming past Remenham now at this point. Still loads of spectators out enjoying the sunshine here on the Friday of Henley Women's. But for Sir William Perkins, they're starting to get quite close to go time if they're going to get themselves back into contention.
Yes, and the winner of this race will meet Wycliffe. And so this is an important run out, isn't it, to get ready for that. Lovely behind shots there of the Sir William Perkins School. Yeah, such class, a lot of experience here, racing domestically. Also, yes, under-19 championships where Annabelle Thornton was a finalist, you know, Munich International Regatta. Their CVs are already impressive at just the age of 17 and 18. All 8 women here show a lot of promise for the future of women's rowing, that right at this moment they want to get their hands on a place in the semi-final in the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup, one of the biggest entries, and we're down, had 60 entries. We're down to racing for the final 4, and Tideway Scullers still have the advantage.
Yeah, they do. And, you know, we talked about the need for Sir William Perkins to get themselves back into contention, to kick on. Well, it looks like Tideway Scullers are the ones who have just stepped on, just turned the screw ever so slightly over the past 100, 200, 250 metres, you know, really establishing their dominance. And for Scullers, this is a special campaign. They're going for, you know, the triple. You know, they won the schools head of the river. They won the National Schools Regatta. So for any schoolboy or schoolgirl to finish off your season having won those 2 events, to then win at Henley Royal Regatta, you'll go down in history as one of the greatest schoolboy-schoolgirl crews. And
that's an exciting moment, isn't it? We are looking at the backs there of that Tideway Scullers School, who are trying to write history, and that can be both an excitement, an opportunity, inspiration, and a pressure.
It can be, but I think the success that Scullers have had in this event in the past couple of years, you know, almost a surprise win in the past couple of years, will set them up well, or set the club up well to know how to deal with getting through your Friday race, getting ready to perform on Saturday. But, you know, just as we're speaking, and we can see the blade work of the Scullers boat there. Just in the corner, I think we're starting to see a surge come from that Sir William Perkins School crew. trying to find something in the final 100 metres, throwing everything at it.
My goodness, they are surging. A look across again from Dania Al-Khaif in the bow, coached by Chris Boddy. Such experience. They're having another go at the Tideway Scullers School. They have to. It is the last chance for Sir William Perkins School. They are racing it to the line. But Rona McCallum, one of our brilliant female coaches, and we need more female coaches in women's sport and sport in general, has done an amazing job of preparing this Tideway Scullers School crew, and they will cross the line and claim their place in the semi-finals. Brilliant race from both crews. So Tideway Scullers School beat Sir William Perkins School in that round of the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup.